It's almost 4th of July weekend and summer travel is in full swing. Vacation rentals like Airbnb are growing in popularity, but there are some things to consider before booking. Attorney Loni Coombs is back with her list of 5 tips. And Loni, there are so many choices, which is a good thing, but you really have to do your research. Like, this is not booking a hotel.
Exactly, and that is the big difference. So Airbnb is an online network where you can have access to over 3 million listings that they have around the world. Everything from a shared room to a yacht to a mansion. So because it's not a hotel, you have more flexibility, you have more ways to customize it, but you also don't have the level of service, and you have to do some leg work on your own to get it.
Yeah, so I did that one time, and I was like, I want someone to come and clean my room.
Exactly. I really like the room service. Okay, you're not going to get the room service, you're not going to get the daily cleaning, so it's different than that. But to make sure that you maximize how well the trip is going to go for you, first you want to start with a very detailed search. So when you go to the website, you put in obviously the days you want to be there, the location, how many guests you're going to have. Then you pick if you want a shared room, a private room, or you want the whole property. And then think about the trip. Do you want to be doing your own cooking? Do they have a kitchen? If you want to do your laundry, do they have a washer dryer? If you're going to have a car, do they have parking? What about the Wi-Fi? Everybody wants to have good Wi-Fi, right? So you want to put in as many details as possible to really customize it to what you want.
And make sure you have the amenities that you want.
Exactly. Then, number 2, do your work at looking at the reviews and the photos of the properties that you're considering. Those reviews can only be written by people who have actually stayed at the property. So that's going to be the most helpful, most credible information you get about that property. Let's say you want a kitchen. Read what they say about if they have a coffee maker, if they have all the utensils, things like that that you're going to need in the kitchen. And then look at the photographs. Experienced Airbnb travelers expect to have a layout, a floor plan, and photographs of each room from multiple angles. And if they say if there's one room that there aren't photographs from, they will not stay in that property because it's too risky. You don't know what you're getting.
Do you think that it's also a good idea to, don't be shy to call the host and ask questions about those photos?
Yes, you want to vet the host and know what you're getting. Now, there is a thing called a super host badge, which you can look at, and they can qualify for that if they've had more than 10 guests that year, if they respond to requests within 24 hours, 90% of the time, if they've never canceled on a guest, and if they've gotten 85% of 5-star reviews or more. So that kind of lets you know that it's like a 5-star hotel, and you know what you're getting. You're going to get in that level of comfort that these guys are good and that the property is also good.
Yeah, and know the rules, right, about deposit, when you have to check in, check out.
Yes, the cancellation, because those are the rules that you're going to be held to. Each host gets to set the rules for their property, and you have to follow them. And sometimes there's extra fees in there, like if you want the linens changed, you might have to pay for that. So there's extra costs in there. Watch out for that. And finally, you want to do a safety check. You want to make sure that they have a fire extinguisher, smoke detectors, first aid kit. When you check in, check to see if they have those things, and then check for the security system if they have one, and also locks on the door. You want a lock on your door, and you want to make sure that there isn't a lock on the outside so you can get locked in. So
this is a lot to think about, actually.
A lot to think about. Yeah. And one good tip to know is that Airbnb holds on to your payment for the first 24 hours of your stay. So if you get there and you don't like the property, you don't like the host, you just don't feel good about it, talk to the customer service immediately, and you'll have a better chance of getting a refund of your money.
And remember, this is someone else's house, right?
Absolutely. So be very respectful and know that host. Know if you're going to be compatible with them. That's why you want to ask them a lot of questions ahead of time. If you're having a shared room and you need to sleep in and your host is getting up at 5 in the morning every day and banging around, it's not going to be a nice day for you. But it is their home, so you have to respect their rules.
All right. Thank you, Loni. These are really great tips. And next week on Loni's Legal List, 5 warnings about timeshares. Oh, my goodness. What you need to know before you sign the dotted line.